So Anbernic finally did something people have been joking about for years. They made their own DS. It looks so close to a DSi that you could mistake it for one from a distance. But after going through everything we know about it, plus early impressions from folks who already got their units, I think this device is in a pretty tough spot right now. The screens have their quirks, the controls aren't where they need to be, the speakers have issues, and even the overall build feels a bit off. It's one of those products where almost every part has something holding it back. The design feels like a modern remake of the DSi XL, keeping the same clamshell shape, the same overall vibe, and nearly the same size and weight. The color choices are one of the nicest parts of this device. Turquoise blue, polar white, and black crimson red all look great, and the finish really leans into that classic DS vibe. It's just a bit of a shame that the looks are stronger than the overall experience right now. It uses two identical 4-inch IPS touchscreens, both 480p with a 4:3 ratio. The screens look nice at first glance, but once you start playing, you realize they don't line up well with the original DS resolutions. The scaling is awkward, so pixels don't land evenly. Most DS games look a little uneven or soft around the edges. The hinge is stiff and tries to mimic the two-stage DS hinge, but it doesn't have that smooth snap you expect. This is one of those things about this device that some are okay with, but others don't. But if there's one part that tends to disappoint most people, it's the performance. The chip that comes with it just isn't built for heavy lifting. DS runs okay and drastic for simpler games, but once you push anything with heavier effects or 3D workloads, the slowdown shows up fast. And despite some of the hype before launch, 3DS is out of the question. It never gets close to playable numbers. N64 does fine with the lighter classics. Dreamcast struggles a lot too, and PSP is a hit or miss. Simple racers run, but something like God of War is not going to happen. Even Saturn doesn't stand a chance here. So the performance locks this device into being more of a light retro handheld. It can handle older 2D systems nicely and some basic 3D, but anything above that pushes the hardware way past what it can realistically manage. The controls don't really help either. The D-pad uses those short dome switches that feel fine at first, but diagonals are mushy and drifting in games like Mario Kart just never feel natural. The sticks are loose and have that annoying tendency to snap to the four main directions. The home, back, start, and select buttons work fine. The face buttons themselves are okay, but they are not as crisp or punchy as what you'd expect from Anbernic. They're usable, but the feedback isn't as sharp. They may feel a little wobbly or lack the solid tactility you get from their devices. Even the shoulder buttons sound almost toy-like because of how loud and clicky they are. The speaker's placement is the only thing good about this build, and their volume is okay too. But there's this constant buzzing underneath everything. Anbernic usually ships quickly, but this one won't ship until mid-December, which is long for them. The base price is $94, which sounds great until you add shipping. Some regions saw shipping around $25 to $30, so the real cost is closer to $125 to $130. Shipping costs aside, I don't know if even the $100 will feel right for this device. There are issues in almost every part of it, and while you can overlook one or two flaws, it's a different story when the whole package feels a bit messy. The idea of getting a dual-screen handheld for this price is honestly great, and that's why so many people were excited at first. But now it feels like grabbing a used DSi XL or a modded 3DS will be a much better idea. And sure, the community will probably fix some of the software bugs in the future, but the hardware issues are a different kind of problem. The idea of dual screen for around $100 is very good, but the execution makes it hard to recommend with confidence.